CEO. His name's Amit Jain, and his company is actually building one of the leading models on video generation, which is something that scares me, obviously, given the nature of our industry. So I wanted to sit down with him and ask him some of the questions that we all, are having. So let's watch that, and then lots to talk about on the back of this. This is Qatar's Web Summit. It's part of a global technology series that brings together some of the biggest names in the business. It's all about tech and startups and disruption, but this year one theme is driving the conversation: artificial intelligence. From large language models that can conceptualize text to tools that can create entire worlds, like this, or this, maybe even something like this. And yes, this is fun, but it raises a serious question. In a future full of AI, how can we distinguish between what's real versus what's fake? To talk through that question, I'm sitting down with Amit Jain. He's the co-founder and CEO of Luma AI.
We are building AI models that are like humans. They learn from language, they learn logic, they learn understanding of our world from language. Then they learn about the world from video and images. We train them on ungodly amounts of video. We show them every process. We show them how things function, how humans function, how interactions happen, how physics happens, right? And we train them on audio. So we let them listen to millions of hours of audio. They can operate in the physical world. They can one day become the robot brain. Think about what video generation is. You've seen Minority Report, right?
Yeah.
Okay. In Minority Report, they try to predict the crime. They try to predict future. Think about what video generation means. When we do next frame prediction, we are trying to predict the future.
A lot of people hearing this, by the way, are starting to freak out now when you start talking about AI and predicting the future. Yeah. It's a scary thought.
It shouldn't be.
Well, why not?
Because prediction is literally what computers do. We try to predict what stock market is going to do in next year or next day, and you make stock trades based on that. As humans, we always try to predict, okay, what is that person going to do? If I send them this text, are they going to get angry with me? Prediction is intelligence, right? That's what nature is baseline.
But do the ends justify the means when we get into talking about deception, misinformation, fake news, things that, when I look on social media right now, I have to question, is that real or is that AI?
So I have this conversation often, and I think most people don't get it correctly. It's not misinformation. Just because a video exists doesn't mean that's information. Video from the right channel is information. So, okay, let's take some steps back, right? As soon as we got the internet, even in the late 90s, immediately people realized it took maybe a year, 2 years, right? Just because it is on the internet doesn't mean it's true.
Where does the responsibility lie? Is it you as a company? Is it on the user to do their due diligence? Is it on governments to regulate? Or is it on social media companies to properly label? I just don't want to live in a world where I have to question every single thing I see.
Platforms, AI companies like Luma, and governments really have actually a responsibility here. But that responsibility is not what you think it is. It's not the responsibility to regulate the free speech, regulate people's ability to make things and upload on the internet. It's not the responsibility to say everything has to be watermarked, right? On the other hand, it's the responsibility of institutions to build strong institutions so people have trust in them. That is the crisis. It's not AI.
And last question, what is your advice to people that are just scared of this new reality or lack of reality?
I think change is scary for anyone. I think this is human nature. Information, I think daylight is the best disinfectant. When the thing is just abstract in your head, you make more of it than it actually is most of the time. So learn. If you are ignorant, there's nothing we can do about it. It's not about AI, it's not about anything. So if you choose to be that way, then you are going to be that way. I think it's just really important to read. It's just really important to familiarize yourself with the world.
I think one of the weirdest things about what he said, or one of the things that really stuck with me in kind of a negative way, is the onus being on institutions to kind of safeguard and regulate around video generation that is AI enhanced or manipulated or created. We as a news organization are an institution, and we're struggling with this verification process because the AI is so good. And then when you have news organizations like us or the Washington Post, which recently cut a third of its staff, kind of gutting their newsrooms, it's going to be very difficult for us to be able to safeguard all the content that's coming out. I mean, they say now there's so much content on the internet, you wouldn't even be able to consume all of it in a lifetime, let alone have us verify everything constantly. I feel like he's really, you know, putting it on someone else to like deal with this.
Yeah, and I think it's really frustrating saying, oh, institutions need to be stronger, because institutions have been strong. And over the last few years, we've seen so many tech companies not regulate because it serves their purposes to have a deregulated platform where people can post whatever they want. And as a result, we've seen like a constant breakdown in trust in institutions, whether it be the government, whether it be media outlets, and that has been perpetuated online on these platforms. So I think that's like a really frustrating thing to hear, actually.
It is mind-blowing how he kind of just skirts the responsibility, but he would say that that trust or that failure of institutions is on the institution. It's not Luma's job to make sure that people trust CNN, or it's not Luma's job to make sure that people believe what they see on, you know, TikTok. He's saying that, look, video is just video, and it's up to people and their due diligence to have the literacy to say, if I saw something online, I don't know if that's true, but that's why I should go to a trusted institution like CNN and verify that that's true. He said, you know, you read something on Reddit and you're like, whoa, that's crazy, let me go check if that's true. And then you go to those trusted institutions that you as a user, as a, you know, as an audience trust. So that's our job as journalists, I think, in this world of AI, is to build that trust.
And I feel like, I mean, every time we talk about AI, me or you or both of us say we're AI skeptics. But listening to him has only kind of made me more skeptical. I mean, to your point, kind of that idea of him skirting the responsibility, passing it on to institutions, it's kind of his kind of blasé attitude to the responsibility he has as kind of the CEO of one of the biggest kind of AI, one of the leading AI companies in the world. I mean, we've spoken extensively about the issues in your piece a few weeks ago around young people taking their lives. We spoke a couple of weeks ago about Grok and the inappropriate image generation. So to kind of hear one of the leaders passing the buck essentially kind of makes me even more skeptical.
I know as well, I said that I don't want to be devil's advocate this year and it was out, but like the only thing I can understand from his point of view is that this is a platform to make videos rather than to be for news or for information, right? It's more creative, it can be more entertainment. So I kind of understand that from that point of view. Anyway, lots more to talk about.
Yeah, just a quick note on it too. I will say I've left a bit more hopeful for our profession, because I do think that in a world of AI, people are going to come to trusted places like CNN in the future where they can know this is real or this is not. Anyways, it's going to be something that we're going to talk about for a long time. Nothing to worry about yet, but let's take a quick break and we'll talk about cats when we come back.
A new day has dawned. The continent reveals itself for us, for them, for everyone. The time has come to unveil a new reality. Live the days, live the nights, see the endless opportunities, dream of the future, of all you can become, wherever we roam and however far we roam. Let's share our passions, carve our legacies, be all that you can be, moving forward without limitations, because the world is out there, ready to be explored.
In Tokyo, safety is part of everyday life. Vigilant crime prevention keeps streets secure day and night. Rapid response fire crews unite expertise and technology to protect the city. Robust disaster preparedness equips the city for extreme events with a 100-year vision for ever-growing resilience. Safe, prepared, welcoming. That's Tokyo.
This is Uganda's Bwindi Impenetrable Forest, one of Africa's most biodiverse ecosystems, home to mountain gorillas once nearly extinct. But thanks to local heroes and communities, their numbers have risen from 300 to nearly 460, a beacon of hope for conservation. Be part of the movement. Find out more on cnn.com/call to earth, in partnership with Rolex and its Perpetual Planet Initiative. All new Inside Africa. See a continent in transformation as trailblazers evolve culture, technology and industry. across Africa and beyond. In Mozambique, the Kinani Dance Festival brings the city of Maputo to life.
Maputo, you can see dance everywhere, and any space you can see dance, and this is the magic of this festival.
Inside Africa on CNN, in association with Zenith Bank.
So I'm not only an AI skeptic, but I'm also a cat skeptic, to put it very mildly. You were just in New Zealand looking at a growing problem there around feral cats.
Yes, so you're a cat. We'll discuss you being a cat skeptic in the context of this story. We went to New Zealand for a story. There are a lot of cats in New Zealand, and specifically feral cats, and they're trying to eradicate them because they're really damaging the native bird life. And so we thought we'd have a look as to why. Feral cats may look like their domesticated cousins, but New Zealand's government says they're ruthless predators. For that reason, New Zealand is aiming to wipe out all feral cats by 2050 in a massive eradication program. That means killing between an estimated 2.5 and 8 million of the animals, according to New Zealand Department of Conservation figures. So we're here in Northland in New Zealand. We're going to meet Mike. He has been doing a lot of work here, trying to trap these cats, find out a little bit more about what he does. Hello.
Morning.
You must be Mike.
I'm Mike.
Hi.
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
Within the last 12 years, I've probably taken 500 cats off this place, off the peninsula itself. So, so we're down to 3 or 4 real stubborn cats that we can't get.
How do you normally get the cats?
Normally humane trapping, live capture traps and some kill traps, and then we'll work at night trying to find them.
New Zealand recognises 3 types of cat: a domestic cat, stray cat and a feral cat. The government says only the feral cats will be targeted, the ones that live in remote areas and find food for themselves to survive. They're the animals putting some of the country's 200 plus native bird breeds at risk of extinction. But there's one cat in particular these trappers are after, and so far they've only caught him on surveillance cameras.
We have one over here named 9 Lives because he's been in our scope a few times and we haven't been able to get the deal done.
If someone asked you to describe 9 Lives, what would you say?
It would be the most elusive cat I've ever come across. Once they got the blood of the duck, he just kept going. The cats will just keep killing just for the sake of killing.
The cat is named 9 Lives because it's evaded capture and death so often and is infamous in these parts.
We've had him in the scope I don't know how many times, and we've got him on camera sitting at the base of traps, on traps, and he's winning at the moment. So he's 9 Lives.
How many hours have you spent trying to catch him?
So we're up to 2 years now, probably at least 60 hours a month.
So far, 9 Lives has avoided being caught and shot. Mike wants to change the cat's luck for good. What are we looking at here?
So we're looking for footprints in the sand. See what's been around.
What sort of footprints are we looking for?
Birds, cats, any fresh ones. That looks like a cat one here.
It's a cat?
Cat going up there. Like I put a trap up there, and he's been busy down here.
Hunting down 9 Lives is particularly important.
We've got kiwi here.
The country's largest colony of kiwis, New Zealand's native bird, is located here and is starting to flourish.
Roughly 3,500 kiwi, which is the highest population in New Zealand. With the cat trapping, yes, certainly making a difference out here. All right, kiwi time. It's strange at night because you get to a certain time and then all of a sudden the kiwi just seem to pop out.
We're looking for a kiwi. That's making a noise. Is that a kiwi sound?
It's a kiwi. It's a male kiwi. The male's a louder one. But if you look over here, if you look to those, and you see the rocks over here, the stones, you'll see them sticking out.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's a kiwi. Feral cats aren't just a problem for native wildlife. They're spreading a disease called toxoplasmosis to livestock and even marine mammals like dolphins. Conservation Minister Tama Potaka has championed the cat-killing campaign. He's having to tread carefully because a separate political campaign a decade ago led to fierce resistance from animal rights activists.
I decided last year in November 2025 we need to put feral cats on the list because they are stone cold killers and they're going out and wiping out a lot of our birds. We lose around 25 million native birds a year through the actions of predators, including feral cats. Most Kiwis recognise that we have some serious responsibilities when it comes to the environment, and we see ourselves as kaitiaki, or guardians of the environment. So we're pretty focused and professional and credible in the way we deal with these feral cat populations. Otherwise we might stray into, that might not be the best word, we might get into a space where actually we're hurting the companion cats or the stray cats.
New Zealand's leading animal protection network, the SPCA, says it accepts that actions need to be taken to protect native species.
We accept that sometimes it's necessary to control populations to look after our really vulnerable native wildlife. However, it must be humane, it must be effective, and it must be monitored to actually check that it's actually working.
Does SPCA consider trapping humane or not?
And there's lots of different types of traps. There are lethal traps, live capture traps, and leg hold traps. We oppose leg hold traps because of the issues around welfare of having your leg caught. The kill traps, provided that they're working, they can be effective, but we prefer live traps. And the reason for that is just in case you've got someone's pet cat that happens to have gotten into a trap, you should be able to identify that.
A detailed plan on how New Zealand will tackle feral cats is expected to be released next month. Meanwhile, Mike is continuing to hunt for 9 lives.
And you saw your enemy last night?
The enemy was spotted on the camera last night, 1 o'clock this morning.
You're going to try find him tonight?
Yeah, we'll try and find him tonight, sure. You know, these last few cats, they are just so on top of the game.
Do you reckon you'll get them all?
Yep. Takes a lot of time to get them.
So I think I speak for all of us when I say the one burning question from that: has Mike caught 9 lives yet, or is he still on the loose?
He's still on the loose. 9 lives is still at large.
Right.
Mike has not updated me. He said that I would know as soon as he found him. I reckon probably most of New Zealand will know.
I really love this piece. I love everything about it, but my favorite thing about it is the mugshot of 9 lives. I'm calling it a mugshot because I feel like he knows exactly what he's doing. Like, he is messing with Mike. He is
looking straight down the lens.
Yeah.
So good.
It's really interesting too because this story about New Zealand wanting to eradicate feral cats kind of like really broke into global media in November last year when it was announced. And it's just a broader conservation story, right? Like people around the world are also dealing with feral cat issues. It's a problem in the US, in Canada, in Australia, which is just next door. And everyone's sort of trying to like work out how to manage this problem, which is very emotional because people have pet cats.
And the one thing that stood out to me actually listening to Anya at the cat rescue place, talking about the different kinds of traps, I mean, worst case scenario, I guess, accidentally catches a stray cat instead of a feral cat, or even worse, a domesticated house cat, somebody's pet. Is there any way they can mitigate that happening?
Well, yeah, there are examples of pet cats having been caught in traps and mistakenly killed, which obviously is not good for anyone involved. It's not good for the mission of trying to eradicate feral cats. It's not good for people's pets. It's not good for the cat. So there are issues with that. But what is meant to happen is you're meant to scan for microchip, and then it comes down to responsible pet ownership, because if you have a cat, you should make sure it's microchipped, and if it gets in a trap, then it's going to be okay.
I was also blown away by the 2.5 to 8 million feral cats roaming around.
New Zealand.
It is a lot of cats.
It's a lot of feral cats. Like, you would not see a feral cat. Like, part of being feral and being classified as feral is that, like, often humans will never see them. So if that's the estimated number, it's just enormous.
I mean, now it makes sense why 9 Lives is in hiding. He's on the lam. I actually found the conservation aspect of it really interesting because, as you said, you see it in other countries as well, but not just with cats. You see it with, feral hogs, wild boars. They have that issue in the U.S. as well, where they're trying to eradicate the overpopulation and the impact that it's having on the ecosystem.
Yeah, I mean, there are plenty of animals. I think the thing that makes this different and what causes makes it slightly controversial with some people is that people don't often have pet boars. So there's like the pet element of...
And they look just like the cats
yeah,
too.
exactly. And people are looking at it and saying like, oh, that's my pet cat. Like, can it be rehabilitated? And the SPCA in New Zealand says feral cats can't really be like, I don't know what the right word would be, like domesticated. Like maybe kittens, but not the feral ones when they're adults. So yeah.
That's a tough one. When we come back, we're going to look at another kind of wonky, interesting thing that's happening with the Olympics.
Connections across Africa are reshaping business, creating opportunities like never before. On Connecting Africa, follow the network of deals, smart conversations, and people transforming business to bring the continent together.
This month, Connecting Africa through financial services.
Capitec is the bank for the people. We bank the unbanked and the underserved.
Connecting Africa, only on CNN, in association with Afrexim Bank.
Olympics coming up. You looked into a pretty controversial
story about something I never thought I'd be covering for CNN, crotches. So I'll let you have a little look at that now.
Oh
You
no.
won't be able to tell just by looking at it, but there's something wrong with this skier's suit. So wrong, in fact, it led to suspensions, bans, and one of the biggest cheating scandals in ski jumping history. In this case, it all comes down to the crotch. In ski jumping, a bigger suit, even a couple of extra centimetres of fabric, can change how far you fly. Last year, 5 members of Norway's ski jumping team, 2 skiers and 3 members of staff, were suspended after officials uncovered tampered suits. The suits worn by Marius Lindvik and Johan Andre Forfang had reinforced stitching added to the crotch area, making them stiffer, more aerodynamic and more stable in the air, which is considered, quote, equipment manipulation. Lindvik and Forfang denied any involvement, saying they didn't know that their suits had been manipulated. And the potential advantage is huge. One 2025 study found that adding just 1 centimetre of fabric to the suit could increase a jump by almost 3 metres. And in a sport decided by inches, that's massive. The scandal only came to light after a secretly filmed video was posted anonymously to YouTube by a whistleblower. Soon after, Norway's head coach, assistant coach and suit technician all admitted to cheating and were banned for 18 months according to an official report. Lindvik, the reigning Olympic large hill champion, and Forfang, a medalist in a team event from 2018, were not found to have known about the alterations, but they both still accepted 3-month bans and were allowed to return to compete this season. The fallout has reshaped the sport ahead of the upcoming Winter Olympics. New rules include advanced 3D body and suit measurements, redesigned suits that will be harder to tamper with, and microchips embedded throughout the fabric that will be checked for any manipulation. There is also a new yellow and red card system, with a red card meaning instant disqualification from the next event.
It's pretty crazy that just like a minimal amount of stitching can give you that much of a boost.
Right.
I used to race in high school on a ski team, not ski jumping because that's just not for me. And I feel like I could have had a little, little extra push if I'd had a few extra stitches on my snowsuit.
Should have just, spoke to your tailor on the down low. And
I mean, the world's best tailor.
Yeah. I mean, what blows my mind is 3 meters is like, that's a huge difference.
I mean, that in some instances, there's enough for you to kind of go middle of the pack to medal contention. So, it's amazing what an extra 2 or 3 centimetres can do, eh?
I feel like it's really tough for these guys to have gotten disqualified if they didn't know about it, which you said that they didn't know.
No.
But then how would they have not known if they went from being, like, as you said, middle of the pack to potentially a lot better?
The people investigating couldn't even find this extra stitching until they'd torn it apart completely. That's all for today. I'll be bringing you more hard-hitting Olympic news in the weeks to come.
Discover unprecedented architectural brilliance. Discover historic world records. The world's second tallest tower, Burj Azizi. Amazing on every level.
All new inside Africa. See a continent in transformation. Trailblazers evolve culture.